Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I haven't done a live in a very long time, but I've been doing a couple of readings, just recording them here. And the app that I record on, this space is filled. I don't have any more room on my computer to record any other messages. And those were messages from the Divine Masculine. And I know that there's more that's here that I'm meant to tell you guys about. And there was a distinct shift in the music that I have on, and it was a much softer energy. Not that the Divine Masculine energy isn't soft, but it was very distinct Divine Feminine energy come in. And in those videos, it was the presence of Jesus and as one of my guides. And as soon as I clicked off of that video and tried to record another one, the music shifted, and I knew that it was Divine Feminine energy come in that is wanting to give a message. And it's definitely Mary Magdelene or whatever Divine Feminine ascended master or guide that you follow. She has stepped in, and so my last couple of videos have been about being present, being the light, showing up, just showing up and shining your light. And that's the card that came out, was answering the call. The time is now. And it was like, what she was telling me was, you don't need to record a video right now. You just need to be live right now. There's something in the energy of being live, being present, being real, being in the moment, living in this moment that she wanted to present to you right now. The time is now. So go live now. You need to be on here. So whenever you see this, whether it's live or it's not live, the energy of me being live, being alive, I just heard, is different than recording a video in some way. So again, whether you watch this now or you watch this later, the energy that's present here is what you need. And apparently what I need to show my face. I need to keep showing up, just keep showing up. And going live makes me nervous, makes anybody nervous. But I have to represent that, be that, mirror the strength that it brings out, the courage that it takes to come on here and be on the spot, be in the spotlight. For some of you Divine Feminines, it's about stepping forward and being you, being in the spotlight, being a leader, shining your light, shining your beacon. You're needed right now. There's something in your feminine energy that you're hiding from other people. You're hiding from, you're protecting, but you're not singing the song of your heart frequency. Your heart frequency has been turned down. And listening, if you don't know me, I get messages through music too. So I have my music on, and you won't hear it because you can't hear it on here. You're not allowed to, but I'll stop and listen every once in a while. And right when I said that, when I was talking about the heart frequency, a commercial came on, which is speaking to me of programming, TV programming, ads, information that's out there. You're being bombarded with all of this rough patriarchal energy that is, it's harsh. It feels really harsh. It's like you're hiding from the harshness that the Divine Feminine is coming in, and she's wanting to say, shh, it's okay. It's okay. You're people who get it. Outside of you've been in like this 3D world for a while. It's like you've been immersed in 3D a little bit too much. Not enough in the realm of your spiritual side and the softer side of your spirit. This world is like hardened right now, and so it's almost like it's activating the hardened side of you that needs to be in survival mode. And so this moment, just being present in this moment, is about activating the softer side. I just heard the softer side of life. because you're being called to something. You're being called to access that side of yourself in order to take that and disperse that out in the world, to not be thrown around by the controlling, narcissistic, harsh energies that are out there right now, distorted, masculine, distorted, feminine energies that are out there that are kind of taking you over a little bit. You're very sensitive. You've got gifts that are coming out that you do need to protect your field a little bit, but you've got too much, your shell is up, your armor is up. So I need to come up here with, I'm prepared. I have prepared my space. I have grounded myself. I've prepared myself to be here, to be wide open, but protected at the same time. I've called in my angels. The divine feminine is here in full force. And so it's like, this is a sacred space to put your burden, to put your softness, to open up, to ask a question. If you guys have, whoever is here, Rock Warrior from Reno, hi. My DM just told me goodbye via text after our second separation. I feel you. I feel you. I feel the pain of that. I feel the desire to shut down, to apply an old story of rejection. And I feel that. Sometimes that's all you need, is to just be held and to be seen. There are a lot of you that just need to be seen because you're in hiding a little bit. Hi, Lori. Hi, I'm so glad to see you. Some of you are hiding. So for those of you that are here now, whether you're here live or you're here watching later, just send out the beacon, send out your call by being present, being fully present in this moment right now, and calling whatever energies you need to this space, to this reading, to these cards, whatever presence you need to support you in this moment right now, to be fully here with those that are around you. Connect with the collective. Allow yourself to connect with your collective of people that are here right now. I just see this, like, so many of you are immersed in the 3D so much. The matrix has kind of gotten a hold of you, and you're being called to come into this space and come back into your spirit a little bit so that you can enter the matrix, so you can you have to dip in, but then dip back out, dip into this space again, so that you can take the light of that higher self and your higher knowing and implant that back into the matrix again. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Hi, Ash. How are you guys? All right, so it's the energy of divine feminine that's here. If you guys that are here right now have any questions that are like at the forefront of your mind, it may be a personal situation. I can't guarantee that there are going to be answers for that specific situation, but the collective of people that are here, you share something anyway. So it's going to apply to everyone. If you guys have a question, I'll pull a card for it. In the meantime, I'm listening to the song right now. I can see you again. Echo, what song is this? See You Again by Charlie Puth. See you again. So again, this takes me back to Rock Warrior. This takes me back to your idea of separation. I have a feeling that the lesson hasn't been learned, that you are in line for learning whatever lesson it is that keeps you separate, but you have to be in separation in order to learn that lesson and not resist what it is, the space that's there. There's some kind of attachment that's there. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward, keep moving. This is not a roadblock. And it's not just about Rock Warrior. This is for a lot of you. I'm hearing this song by Miley Cyrus that now I'm having a total brain fart. I can't remember the name of the song, but it's about climbing the mountain. It's about the journey up the mountain, not the destination. If you guys can think of the song name off the top of your head. I just heard it on the radio the other day, but the lyrics are so important. The lyrics are what they're drawing off of right now. It's the climb, the climb. It's the climb. It's okay. So what the lesson that I was talking about for Rock Warrior in the separation between you and your divine masculine. It's about setting that next goal. It's about the climb, but it's also about learning through suffering. We're trying to clear the program of learning through suffering. That's part of the program that's being cleared right now. Healing energy flows through you, mystic healer. So it's also learning about your purpose and part of your mission as a twin flame, where that mission is. And it is not always in the relationship dynamic. There's something in you that needs space to grow a little bit, that was being restricted, that healing the dynamic of that relationship, whether it's codependency or it looks like jealousy a little bit to me, looks like it might be jealousy. And even though I'm talking about Rock Warrior, this could apply to anyone. Feels like the energy of jealousy holds you back, and comparison holds you back from connecting with the side of you that is meant to help other people. Stops you from connecting fully with other people. If they're in a different energy than you, there's a gift that's coming out for you. That the separation is a gift because it's meant to draw out another gift in you as a healer. Okay? In general, what your guides want us to do to move forward. Thank you, Lori. Hi, Sarah. Should I start dating again, even though I'm secretly hoping that one day my person can get it together? Feels wrong, but it's been long enough waiting. Hi there. All right, so I'm going to start with Lori's. In general, what do your guides want us to do? Oh, that's nice. Watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. Now, we have this, keep moving forward, which kind of, it's like he's moving, he's creating action. He's actually moving forward, but he's not pushing forward. He's just putting one foot in front of the other. Sometimes putting one foot in front of the other, that action that you need to take is walking your ass over to the couch, giving your brain a break. What do we need to do to move forward? We have to stop trying so hard sometimes. Your brain is in overdrive. You're thinking too much and you're not feeling enough. The divine feminine, Mary Magdelene, is like, you have to get back into your heart. You have to be still in order to move. You have to be still to move forward. So there's something that you're not hearing because you're trying to hear it here and you're not hearing it here. There's an old story. It's like I can see someone whispering in your ear that's telling you an old story about working harder, you're not good enough. You're not doing enough. You're not, and this is connected to a reading that I just recorded, actually, that I'll probably post later today. That you're not doing enough to earn love. You're not doing enough. And for some of us, we see money as love. We see our divine masculine as love. We see our connection as love. But we have to prove ourselves in order to receive. We can't receive it because we feel like we're not doing enough. But it's also a reflection of our lives. We can't receive what's there in front of us. The beauty that's there in front of us, because we feel like we need to be doing more in order to earn what's already there. We don't feel worthy enough of what's already there. We're not noticing what's already there. There's an energy that's present in your life that you're not noticing. I hope that makes sense for you. There's something that's there that you're not noticing because we're too busy holding on to an old story. For some of you, you're busy holding on to the energy of your twin and you're not noticing the divinity and the power of the divine masculine presence that's in your life, because your twin is not necessarily reflecting divine masculine energy right now. And so then there's this overload, and we feel like we need to do more, do more, do more. That's divine masculine energy. It's like we're picking up the slack of that. But really what we need to do is sit back into our divine feminine energy and be the light, be the knowing. And we're going to be guided to that next step. The action that we need to be taking is going to come from inspiration. We have to feel again. That's what we have to do. Feeling is doing. Being is doing. We need to be doing more of that and allowing our feminine to speak to us, to lead us to divine masculine energy, to activate that divine masculine energy from within us. It doesn't come from here. It comes from here. Hi, Snow White, Snow White. I hope that makes sense for you. I like that, The Climb. So go and listen to that song too, if that resonates with you. The Climb by Miley Cyrus. I listened to it in the car the other day, and I have physical, visceral reactions to songs sometimes. I'm sure some of you guys too. It was like so powerful. The message in it was so powerful for what I had going on. And I'm always going to see that mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. So Lori, this is an answer to your question too. It's always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're going to have to lose. It's about accepting and flowing with what is, seeing the beauty in the struggle, seeing the beauty in the lesson, and in the contrast, and in the lessons of, the people that we've been involved with through our life, and learning about crafting our lives and the lesson that's there, and enjoying the climb. And when we do that, it becomes less of a struggle. Do we have to enjoy the struggle? Do we have to enjoy the fact that the climb is difficult? No. But I think eventually it's going to get easier because we don't resist the toughness of it. Sometimes we have to get a little bit tougher on ourselves too. Sometimes, for some of you, you're working too hard and you have to get tough on yourself and say, there's something that you're not noticing right now that you need to sit back and notice. Otherwise, the universe and your body is going to kick in and tell you in a physical way, you need to slow the fuck down because you're pushing too hard. You're pushing too hard out of a place of distortion and trauma. You feel like you have to struggle, you have to earn it in a way that's you proving yourself because you don't feel good enough. Your body is going to step in and give you a heart attack, or you're going to break your ankle or something like that, and it's going to force you to slow down. Or you can sit back and notice the energetic imbalance. For some of you, it's about getting grounded. I can see your Earth Star chakra below your feet needs to be cleared. You're not getting out into nature enough. So I'm seeing the wind in this card too, and the water. So I feel like some of you really need to purge and to cleanse yourself near the water. I can feel like the breeze in my hair, on my face. You're not grounding yourself enough because there's this daily pressure to do more, to produce, to make more money, and you're thinking and overthinking and overthinking, and you're not getting out into nature enough. You're not grounding yourself enough. You're not connecting with Mother Gaia enough, which is where the answers are. So you're going to have to think less, but you're going to feel more. You're going to physically feel the connection more, and that's going to lead to the answers that you need on how to move forward. Some of you physically need to place your feet on the earth in order to find the answers about what you need to do to move forward. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I've decided to, Snow White says, I've decided to sit back in my limo and surrender, accept my abundance, whatever that is, even if it's not being with my twin. Exactly. That surrender is so necessary because what you want to do is surrender to your divine partner's energy. Is your twin meant to be your divine partner in life, in human life? Maybe your twin is meant to lead you to your divine partner, which is a soulmate, or whatever that is. That's the purpose of you and your twin's journey together, is to lead each other to anchor unconditional love with a divine partner who happens to be someone else. Why is that so terrible? It's what you're asking for. You open yourself up to it and you surrender to it. And my heart is racing right now. It's almost like that's a taboo subject. No one is talking. We can't talk about that because there's this old belief that it has to be a certain way. And it creates this struggle and this climb that is not what we're supposed to be doing. It's not leading us to our mission together in life. So my heart is racing right now. There's a little bit of fear in me about broaching that subject too, about twin flames and divine partners. And there's a lot of really strong belief systems around that. And I believe that there are many different belief systems and many different truths and many different types of twin flames. Maybe just surrendering to the fact that your twin flames you may be a different kind of twin flame than what the information was that you came into when you learned about twin flames in the first place. Like maybe that information, they were talking about different types of twins. And your mission here was to ride the wave and, take the twin flame train with your twin flame to a certain point in order to hop off at the soulmate track or something like that. You get to choose. You've chosen that path. If you're meant to be led to your divine partner, your twin was to help you get to your divine partner. Surrender to that. Surrender to it. It's part of your purpose. I was just making another video. Like I said, I'm going to post that later about some of our purpose for a lot of us twin flames. Part of our mission is to heal relationship dynamics. And our twin flame was meant to mirror the old programs and the old beliefs, the old relationship template, to help us release those things in order to craft and come into and step onto the timeline of the new relationship dynamic. It's part of our purpose. And part of that purpose is surrendering to what's best for all of us. And sometimes that recognizing and surrendering to the fact that my twin is not best for me as a divine partner. The way that we partnered together was divine. It was divinely guided, and it led me to this person right here. Thank you, twin. I love you unconditionally for that ride that we took. I love that that's our purpose together. And stepping onto that timeline. Thank you for that, Snow White, for bringing that out. Music is one way we can connect regardless of the 3D reality. Yes, because you're connecting with the collective consciousness. Your twin's consciousness is there. Your divine partner's consciousness is there. Sometimes it's both. It's the same one. Sometimes it's different. It's being reflected in different people. But the collective consciousness that resonates with all of that too. You're communicating with a lot of different energies when you communicate through music. But we meet in that space, and the frequency of your divine partner or your twin or your divine masculine, divine feminine, however you want to look at it, is there in that realm. They have no densities to hold them back, and they can communicate through the frequency of their heart and the blueprint of who they are through music, because we are made up of vibration. That's one of the most beautiful ways that our higher selves and any kind of consciousness can communicate with you. It's through vibration. So many of us are tuned into music in that way. So you can tell the difference between a divine communication through music. Thank you, Marianne. Through divine communication. But I want you to also notice when you are receiving communication from a consciousness that is not a good vibration, when you're feeling it in music. If there's something in music that makes you feel uncomfortable, or icky or there's something about it that just does not feel in alignment with who you are, that is a certain energy, a certain signature that's communicating with you through vibration also. Recognizing that is important to cutting off the energy of that or witnessing what it's bringing up in you. If it's bringing up an old belief system or something, it's there to help you, and you can create the boundary between you and that old belief or that old thought that that music has just brought up, that I'm not good enough, or they're choosing somebody else because I'm not good enough, or whatever it's brought up in you. And you can create that boundary and say, I'm not going to think that anymore. That's not about me, just by turning that song off and turning on a song that inspires you or that brings up those chills, doesn't make you feel sad or whatever it is. It brought up that sadness to bring awareness to that old thought. Thank you for that. Thank you for allowing me to feel that, to bring awareness to that thought. Now I'm choosing to move through that and to disconnect from it. Messages like that are coming through music all the time. Okay. All right. There was another question on here. There's two of them. Sarah, should I start dating again, even though I'm secretly hoping that one day my person can get it together? It feels wrong, but it's been long enough of waiting, 3 years. And Sarah, I know a little bit about your situations because we've talked through comments and stuff on my videos before, but let's see what Mary Magdelene has to say about that. Something in the song. Think about your motivation, she said. Think about your motivation for dating. What is it that you're hoping to get from a connection with a romantic partner? Ha! This is pretty clear, Sarah. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. I think that she's telling you no. It is going to be beneficial for you to sit back and spend some time with yourself. It's almost like she's saying date yourself. So before you go out in search of someone else, treat yourself the way that you would want to be treated in a romantic relationship. So date yourself, get yourself flowers, get yourself a bottle of wine, take yourself out to a movie, just you. Celebrate you. Spend time with friends too, who, even though it says solitude, I think she's just talking about a romantic connection. I think she wants you to explore friendships too, that reflect you. Treat yourself, date yourself for a little bit first. Because there is still this cord connected to them that would not allow you to properly connect with a new person, because there's this underlying hope, this attachment to your divine masculine or your twin that says, but maybe one day I can. You're just like biding your time almost. It would be with this other person. So you're not necessarily connecting with them in a soul way, which it feels to me like the next person that you date, the next person you actually date, is going to be more of a soul connection. But you have to get yourself to that point first. Connect with your soul. And I just saw, instead of solitude, I saw solitude on here, connecting with your soul. Okay. Yash said, how do I take that next step in connecting with that gift, the gifts that are emerging for you, the mystic healer? Or when you feel like something in you needs to heal, but you can't quite connect the dots and figure it all out, get out of your head. You got to get out of your head. It's not figuring it out, it's feeling it out. There's something in you that you can tell is coming out. You can feel that something needs to be cleared or something needs to be healed, but you can't quite figure it out because that old belief is stopping you from feeling whatever feeling it is. What I'm hearing is go to the music. Go to the music. So the music is going to help you to feel it out. And there are times where you can't figure it out because you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle yet. Trying too hard to put those pieces together. You can feel it coming, you can feel it emerging, but the bigger picture hasn't been put together yet. You have to be able to make peace with that situation, that place of not quite knowing everything yet. That's the human aspect of you that doesn't know everything. You don't have all the divine information yet. So much more divine information comes from feeling. So instead of figuring, allow yourself to feel and let it speak to you. Don't attach to it. Don't try to attach any kind of story to it. Just let it speak to you. Let it move through. Sometimes I'm just feeling the sadness right now. And it's just there. It's just there. Breathe into that space. Meditate into that space. Find peace in that space. I am at peace with the fact that I'm feeling sadness right now and confusion and not knowing the future. I can't figure it out. That's okay. That's where I'm supposed to be. I can find peace in that place because I haven't quite opened up to it yet. That acceptance of where you are may be the thing that needs to be healed in you. Accepting where you are and accepting the fact that you just maybe are a little bit disconnected from your source. And so how do you connect with that source again? You remove it all from here and you get back into here and start feeling again. Okay. I'm just going to scroll back to the other ones. Oh, Marianne, did you have a question? Today is my birthday. Could you please pull one card for me? Happy birthday. Oh my God, that's so funny. So the video that I was recording earlier, I said something about how today was July 20th. And I said, I don't usually point out the date. I don't really know why maybe it's somebody's birthday today, or like somebody needs to watch this video whose birthday it is today. So make sure you go back and watch the video. I'm going to post it later. You can always go onto my channel and click the notification bell so you're notified when those videos come up. But I specifically said today is somebody's birthday. So happy birthday. I'm going to pull a card for you. Do you have any questions specifically? What are we pulling a card on? Thank you guys all for being here. Hi, Jennifer. Oh my God, I was just thinking about you yesterday. Jennifer Cervantes. I was just thinking about you yesterday on my walk. That's so funny and not a coincidence that you're here since we haven't talked to each other in quite a while. So thank you for being here. I could feel your call. I must have been calling you too. So maybe we have to talk after this. Marianne, narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully, which is interesting because I was just talking about not overthinking it, feeling it, not overthinking it. This one maybe is about engaging your human reasoning a little bit more and not letting yourself be swept away by your feelings and by your emotions. It feels like maybe it's, we're talking about getting out of your head and getting into your feelings again, but it feels like sometimes you reside in that place a little bit too long. And so you're letting the sadness speak to you, you're letting the sadness speak to you, or whatever the feeling is. And you're tuning into and drawing in other people's energies that are connected to that sadness too. And it's like you're calling in situations that reflect that sadness, and it's keeping you in that place, that feeling place. And we want to listen to our feelings. We want to allow ourselves to feel them, but not let them take us over. Mastering the art of witnessing. So tread thoughtfully feels like witnessing your emotion and also witnessing other people's emotions and not taking things so personally when it comes to other people. Not taking things so personally when it comes to other people. Like their energy is about them. It's about them. The way that they feels like maybe like projections or something on you. It's about them. Don't take their energy in as your own. Just witness what it brings up for you and allow it to leave your field. I hope that makes sense for you. I'm going to pull another one too. Thank you for being here, Sarah. Feeling stagnant, Marianne said. Okay. So yeah, I feel like maybe that is kind of part of what it is that's keeping you stagnant is feeling a little bit too much, which is interesting because we started this with the divine feminine, but the divine feminine is here to help you balance how much of that is too much and how much of that is more in the human aspect of what it is that we're feeling, and bringing us back into our higher selves that is listening to the human experience of feeling and witnessing it. You're feeling other people's shit too, it feels like a lot. What I was talking about earlier is this mystic healer, how there are gifts that are coming out. And for some of you, it's this clairsentience is becoming very, very, very strong for you. And that includes feeling other people's energies. That sense in you is becoming stronger. And you're sensing other people's energy before they're even in your field, before you're even experiencing them. And it's kind of taking you over as if it's your own. And it activates the resonance of whatever, that energy is with them. But the majority of it is theirs. You have to witness and get to know your own energy on your own. There's the solitude too. That's another great thing for you, Lori, that you get to know you and your energy so that you can separate yourself out from other people's energy when you could recognize it right away. Like, oh, I resonate with that kind of feeling, but I was not feeling that way before I walked in the door. That's theirs for sure. Or, I wasn't feeling that way until you texted me and wanted to get together or whatever it is. You're going to recognize it that it's someone else's. It's coming through your energy field, your bioenergy field. And because you're so sensitive to that thing coming in, you're in the process of mastering that psychic. It is a psychic gift. Clairsentience. Okay. This is for a lot of you. This came up in my other reading too today. So this is something that is needing to be mastered in the collective, because we're getting thrown around by other people's energy. And the energy of fear, especially when it's being mass produced out there by the news and by, gas prices going up and the price of everything going up, and fear about money, and it's being amplified. Plus there's, elections coming up and stuff, that fear and control and narcissism is being amplified. And so we are tuned into that, and it's going to activate that within us, and it's going to make us call in those people in our lives that reflect that. And it's a big learning curve for us as empaths right now. But when we band together and realize that, oh, that's happening for you too. Oh, that's happening for me too. I just came from a vacation with my family, and I have a ton of siblings and a ton of kids, and we don't see each other but once a year. And so when we all come into this one space, there are all these things that are activated. And I start feeling certain things that I wasn't feeling before I walked in the room with my brother, and he's in this kind of energy and I was in this one. And it's this balancing act, or this adjustment time period that happens when we come into a collective with each other. But I recognized so much of what I was experiencing was like what my sister had going on. And it brought up all of these things in me. And I'm just like, but I don't know, I was feeling good before I came here. I really want to just not be around that. But I can be around that, but shield myself from it just with the awareness and the witnessing that that's not mine though. And I can stop feeling it so much. I'm just supposed to witness it through my feeling gift. Right? I hope that makes sense for you, Guy. Hope that makes sense for you, Guy, I said. I don't know if there's a guy in here, but there's someone in here or someone watching later, who has that sensitivity, and he has not learned the tools to master that, because he's always been told to suppress his emotions. That was something specific for somebody. Yash, I just read your thank you, Lori, for your donation, by the way. Did you want be the water and flow? I love you guys too. Thank you so much. I'm just going to read back over these and see if I had another thing to elaborate on. All the gifts got upgraded for sure. Been feeling that because we need it. The dark ops are out in full force. Yeah, for sure. And that's why I had to point out that there are lower vibrational energies that are communicating through music. In I have to post these videos when I reference them. But in my video too, I was talking about how a lot of divine feminines, well, divine masculines too, have an attachment on them that they don't realize. And it amplifies the negative energies that are out there, and it's like this entity that's whispering old stories, whispering things in your ear about your worth or your lack of worth, or how invaluable you are, or how much you should fear, or you're going to fail, or whatever it is. There's attachments there that are feeding off of you, and it's not something to be afraid of. You don't have to be afraid of it. You just need the tools to clear it, or you need to lean into friends and healers who know how to do those things to remove those entities that are attached to you. The song that's on right now is Bruno Mars. He's saying, I hope he buys you flowers. For some of you, it's rejection. For some of you, it's like the one that got away. I did something wrong. I didn't prove myself enough. It's an attachment from past lives. For some of you, there's an attachment to a past life where you did something wrong. You did something that was out of survival mode, or not in the best interests of you and everyone around you, or the people that you love, or it was done not in a loving way. And the guilt and shame from that somehow needs to be cleared. It's calling in energies who amplify shame. So we just need to be mindful of those energies that are out there. And they are amping up a little bit more. And I just see the election again, like there's an election coming up. And of course, those with a different agenda and lies and fear and defaming and things like that amplify leading up to that. And we're feeling the effect of that. So what we just need to do is shift into our awareness and shift into the tools that we have, start really using the tools that we have to combat that and have it not affect us in the way that their intention is to affect us, to see the light, essentially. We see the light through the shadow, though. And I have a feeling that this is why I was called to schedule a master class coming up too, because there are a lot of people who are ready to be upgraded to the master level of Reiki. So if you're interested in that, I have a class set up for September. But there are many, many, many healers out there who just heal with their presence, whether you do Reiki on somebody else or not. And I have a level 1 class coming up too. So it's not just masters, it's people who are ready for an amplification and a tuning into their higher, I just heard node point, but their higher selves as twin flames. This is, part of the ascension mountain for us too, is coming into a higher understanding, and Reiki can amplify that for you. I do have a level 1 class that I'm guided to set up. I just haven't scheduled it yet because I need people to tune into the availability of that and say, yep, I'm in. Yep, I'm in. And then it creates its own date. All of a sudden, they'll guide me to the date that it needs to be scheduled. So I just need to know if people are interested in that. It's going to help with balancing, figuring out and learning how to balance these new gifts that are coming online. For some of you, you've started tuning into these new gifts, or they've started to be amplified because it's leading you to Reiki as a tool for managing your energy, whether you're a healer on somebody else or your energy heals. All right. Hi, Chantel. Should I continue my relationship with Ian? So if somebody had a question before Chantel, or Yeah, if somebody had a different question before her, I may have missed it. I'm just looking through these, and I'm actually listening to the song that's on right now too. Chris Stapleton. It don't matter to me where we are. It's interesting because I can't hear the words, but the tune, the music is drawing me, and there's some kind of message there. So whatever stands out is the message. It's the guitar? Really? That's getting to me? It's the guitar. For some of you, this is about a guitar riff. Someone plays the guitar. There's an energy that's present that is bringing my attention to the guitar. Someone playing guitar for you. I see someone's dad or someone's grandfather or something sitting down playing guitar. It's a pretty strong presence. I'm not sure what that's all about. Oh, okay. Oh God, I just got a real clairsentient moment there for a second. Tiara Clancy. Hello, should I start my daughter a YouTube channel? I heard no. Very strongly. This thing in my stomach immediately was like, no. I don't know why. I don't even want to dig into it any more than that, but no. You can be my four-leaf clover starting over. Okay, this is not connected to that YouTube channel thing. That was just, I just had to, I had a visceral reaction to that. No. Hopefully you'll know the reason why for that. Oh, but thank you for liking and subscribing too. I hope that didn't deter you. But I just have to say what came to me very strongly. Should I so Chantel, I'm going to answer yours. Should I continue my relationship with Ian? Jennifer said that makes so much sense. My chakras got blown out. I've been sick and totally finding myself in old stories, like a weird alternative reality. What I was talking about earlier with your Earth Star chakra, you need to tune into and get to know and connect with your Earth Star chakra. The grounding, the way that you draw energy up through the earth is not being communicated. It's being filtered through like muddiness or something in your Earth Star chakra. So maybe tune into that and get yourself grounded in a different way. Okay. All right. Should I continue my relationship with Ian? So when a card doesn't want to come out in this way, I'm tuning into Chantel's energy. I'm tuning into Ian's energy. Nothing is speaking. It's almost like you don't have all the information you need right now to answer that question. It seems like, well, I'm coming to, I'm asking a reader to clarify that for me. Shouldn't that be? This is part of the answer of that. It's like, you don't have all the information that you need right now. You don't have all the information you need. It feels like you don't necessarily, feels like there's a little bit of doubt there. I don't know if you worry about him or you're suspicious of him or something like that. But it feels like you're protecting yourself a little bit. I don't have all the information I need from your energy field for a card to speak to that. Feels like there's something in you that needs to open up just a little bit to be able to hear the answer that would be given. Hope that makes sense. Jennifer, I just read your comment too about your Earth Star chakra. There's a lot shifting, so the way I'm used to grounding isn't working anymore. Yeah, the old tools are going to be updated, but it feels like toning, chanting, using your voice as a grounding mechanism, creating the vibration of groundedness, tuning into the vibration of the earth. It's a very low hum. And I see you in meditation or doing Reiki on yourself or something, and not meditating, but can't hear the song. Humming, toning, oming. The vibration of that is going to help to reset. You need less words. You need less, like if you listen to guided meditations, you need less words, more vibration. Maybe it's sound healing that you need. I hear water. So I mentioned earlier that someone is not getting out into nature enough, and I can see you by the water. It may be the vibration and sound of moving water that's going to help to ground you a little bit more too. Explore other grounding techniques. Jennifer, you can also, I just saw ready for the masterclass. You can go to my website. I'm pretty sure I'll link it in the box below. That one's in September. That one's going to be powerful. Holy crap. I can feel it already. All right. Snow White, Snow White. You're welcome, Tira. Okay. That's too many. Mary says, I'm earning my stripes. Can you pull a clarifier for this? Mary Magdelene, is that what you're talking about? You're earning your stripes. Can I have a clarifier for that, please? I just saw a red rose. Which is obviously representative of Mary Magdalene. But I saw it in relation to Snow White. And I saw this red rose. You're earning your stripes in the sisterhood of the rose. It's like you're being given your rose in the sisterhood of the rose. If you don't connect in with that, or you don't know much about the sisterhood of the rose, I would maybe do some research and feel into that. Feels like an initiation, almost like a divine feminine Christ initiation, earning your stripes. I see like a sororities initiation or something that you have to go through in order to open yourself up to the club, the feminine club. Oh yeah, Meilan on YouTube has great sound healing. Love her. But focus in on the ones with hers that are just sound, not words. They're telling you specifically, you don't need words, you need sound. Bogged in, go slow, take time. This does not connect. It's feel connected to Kimberly. It doesn't feel connected to yours. Doesn't feel connected to the sound healing either. This is different. I feel like someone else just entered the room, whether it was someone that's watching later or somebody that just came on here, but this message is for you. Go slow and take your time. Things are foggy right now. Things are a little bit foggy. So don't try to push through the fog. I see like this fog in front of my car, and if you turn your high beams on, it just makes it worse because it reflects off of that fog, and it actually makes the fog look thicker and you can see less. You don't need to go faster either because that's just going to make it worse. It's actually about slowing down just a little bit. Things in your life are a little bit foggy, and you have to wait until that fog clears a little bit. Take your time, because if you rush through this, whatever it is, if you rush, it's going to turn into the old story. I see a tower too. Like you're going to have a massive tower moment. And you can avoid the tower. You don't necessarily always need to avoid the tower. Towers are not a terrible thing, but when you get a warning about a possible tower, there's a reason for that. It's like we can make different choices, and when we would normally push through or push to get answers, or we have the opportunity to make a different choice right now for whoever that's for. I love the validation, Jennifer. Thank you for that. Your field is very strong right now. Like I keep tuning back into your comment and your question and your energy. Like your field is pretty wide open to answers right now. You're downloading a lot. That's part of why everything is coming online for you too, is that you're downloading massive amounts of light. And it feels to me like it's leading up to maybe the master class. And so taking on tools and starting to experiment with new tools of grounding in a different way is really important for you, because when you download new codes and new light and things like that, it's going to be bigger downloads than you've ever experienced before. And that's how it's going to go from now on. So eventually you're just going to get used to that, the way that, you're downloading lots. It's very saturated all at once. But the tools that you take on for yourself, I feel like a lot of shamanic energies too. So, which is very earthy, exploring certain shamanic techniques is going to help with the massive downloads that you're starting to open up to. All right, Tiara said, do you know what's the new beginning coming my way? This is the card with the wands on there. I mean, I've seen it last night. This is I was going to sleep. What is the new So you say new beginning. I say new idea. I see new idea. I see the Ace of Swords, or not an Ace of Swords. Though I said Ace of Swords, so it may be like a truth. Like that, sometimes the Ace of Swords is the yes card. And so it's like more shifting your perception to the new beginning it's the new beginning of a new idea. It's a new concept being presented to you. It's a new concept, a new idea, a new concept. Do you resonate with twin flames? Discovering truth. I was just talking about the Ace of Swords. You stand in the light of truth. There's a new idea, something new shining. Or maybe it's Reiki. Maybe it was what I was saying about Reiki, that there is a new concept of growth and your path that is opening up to you, that's been introduced to you. You stand in the light of truth. Yeah. Yash is not the one who asked about, it was Snow White who asked about the clarifying, and the rose came out in the Sisterhood of the Rose. But Yash, you're the one that said you noticed a red rose. So this is a collective energy. And like I said, this is messages and channeling from Mary Magdalene and from the divine feminine Christ consciousness. That was the intention behind this live. So for a lot of you, you're being presented a rose, that there is some sort of initiation happening for you that is going to help you to open up to receive. The feminine is here to help you open up and receive. That is part of her mission. And, you can see the rose kind of opening up. It has many, many, many different layers to it, but it is also in a I just heard sexual exploration could be about tantra for some of you, exploring your own personal sexual energy, the power of that, the creativity of that, the manifesting power of that. It's going to be different for, take what resonates for you. Staying focused, hold the course. Again, this feels different. This feels like another energy come in. Hold the course. Staying focused, hold the course. Anchoring, I hear anchoring. Flame Keeper Oracle 13. I love all these new names on here too. Hi Mel, there's an older name that I just love you so much. Thank you for being here. I just saw you. But I love all these new names that are on here too. I feel like, again, I see the rose opening up to new people, opening up to new energies, opening up for some of you, you're healers, you're seasoned healers, and it's about opening yourself up to kind of mentoring, to new energies, to the path, new people who are new to the twin flame concept or to the spirituality concept or whatever it is. It's and you taking kind of a leading, a mothering role, a sistering role, the sisterhood of the rose, to people who are new to this journey. Okay, I'm seeing that connection there too. I love that. So I love seeing all of these new names on here too. Flame Keeper, saw a license plate with the word fog on it. That goes with the fog card. Yep, and I've been in a fog of sorts lately. That one's for you. Staying focused, hold the course, go slow, take your time. Healing energy flows through you. Those are the ones that I'm seeing. Slowing down for you is going to help you to focus a little bit more. You got to slow your brain down. I'm seeing a little bit of like ADD brain, racing thoughts. The fog is because of an overload, overwhelm, shutting down because of an overwhelm. There's a feeling that's there that you're not wanting to experience fully yet. And so, but it's necessary. It has come up for you to feel and listen to and connect with in order to release it. But the resistance is what's causing the fog here. Like, I can't figure it out. I can't focus. I can't do any of this stuff because you're in the process of resisting some sort of emotion that's wanting to come up. I just heard not feeling good enough. Let me listen to the song. It's Coldplay. The lights will guide you home. And ignite. I will try to fix you. That's part of what is coming up, is this feeling that something needs to shift, something needs to change. But the old belief is that there's something wrong with me, that I need to be fixed, that I need to be fixed. And we need to shift fixing and healing to growing. Instead of saying, I need to remove this blockage, or I need to fix something in me. I need to heal something in me. Shift that to say, I'm ready to grow. I'm at a point where I'm expanding. I'm expanding. And so things that don't serve me anymore are being removed. I'm open to that. I'm opening myself up like the rose, opening myself up to growth. Sometimes that growth, expanding past this box that you're used to, is scary a little bit because you don't know what's past it. You don't know what lies out there because it's all new. Just trust that you have asked for this growth. You've asked for this expansion. You chose this timeline. You chose to expand. And The support that you need is out there. The resonance that you need is out there. Just ask. All you have to do is ask. You don't need to be fixed. You're perfect just the way that you are. All the lessons that you needed to learn, they're beautiful. They're perfect. You can't resist them. But we also can't resist letting go of them. It's not something that needs to be fixed. It's something that needs to be released. That's it. Okay? I'm happy to see you guys today, too. I haven't been live on here in a long time, and I miss you guys. I've been going through a lot of changes and a lot of resistance and a lot of fear and a lot of money problems and a lot of trying to figure a lot of this stuff out. But this interaction, your questions, help me to grow too at the same time. Because when I'm in this place, when I'm in this channel, I'm giving myself the answers too. I'm channeling the answers. And I'll come back here later and I'll watch this back. I'm like, oh, that's good. Let me write that down. I need to apply that to my life. Yeah, that's great. You guys give me the opportunity to be in that space and to give the answers for myself too. So I appreciate you drawing that out of me. Energy vampires. Yes. Snow White, Snow White. All right. Priyanka, are you still here? She said, what is my love life this week? Let's take it back to that question. Okay. What is my love life this week? And for me, normally I love to go to depth and talking about like multi-dimensional spiritual aspects and higher consciousness and very, very high vibrational stuff. And not that this question is not high vibrational. It is. But I've avoided relationship questions and stuff like that for a long time. And that's just a reflection of me dealing with, relationship issues in my own life. But part of the reading that I did earlier too was talking about how we have a mission. Some of us have a mission in life to heal relationship dynamics. It's part of our purpose. Sometimes the only way that we can do it is from within the relationship. We've done a lot of healing on ourselves. We've grown. We've done a lot of expanding work that we needed to do in order to show up a certain way in relationships. But it gets to a point where it's like the program of perfectionism. And for some of us, we've been resisting partnership and relationships for fear of rejection or needing to be perfect or whatever it is. But for some of us, it's time to allow ourselves, again, that rose, to open up to real connection, to real intimacy, and heal relationship dynamics from within the relationship. We got to open ourselves back up again and put ourselves back out there, some of us. Okay. So what does her love life look like this week? Mel, I just read I feel it, new energies. My physical vessel is mad at me for not eating lighter, faster. Oops. Fasting. Yes, and I'm hearing your kidneys are working overtime. You need to flush a little bit more. And your heart, getting your heart rate up. Okay, paying attention to your heart, your physical heart, and also your, spiritual heart. They're intertwined, but you bringing that up now is important. It's almost like you got to hold yourself responsible a little bit and really work on getting your heart rate up. It's going to create a healthy heart. That's what I hear, if you're open to hearing that. All right, love life. Priyanka's love life. Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. So again, I was talking about healing relationship issues from within the relationship. So this week, your love life looks like some sort of struggle. It looks like it may be a lesson in what you don't want. So it may be that somebody comes your way and you are putting the kibosh on that old pattern. It's like, no, I'm not going to let people talk to me. Like I always attract that same person, or I always attract that kind of attitude or whatever it is. And it's about you honoring yourself. You're being given the opportunity to honor yourself through what seems like a negative situation in your love life, but it's an important lesson for you to create boundaries You can overcome anything. You need to create boundaries for the way people talk to you and tell you what you're capable of doing and not doing. You have a habit of letting others dictate to you who you are as a person in relationship. And it feels to me like they're telling you you're not good enough, or you're not strong enough, or whatever it is. You can overcome anything. And that means doing so when it's presented to you. Whatever situation comes up in your love life this week, you're going to have to create boundaries and say, no, no. It looks all good on paper. You look great on paper. You look great, actually. But this pretty face, there is way more underneath of it. And that pretty face, what's underneath of that is pain, and you're projecting it. And this pretty face is not going to receive that. Period. All right? That's what it feels like, a lot of confidence and love for yourself. Okay? A lot of twin flame questions in here. If anybody in the chat feels like they want to answer some of those things for the people that are asking these questions, so everyone have a twin flame and stuff like that. If you guys have a perspective on that, feel free to put that in the comments right there. That is a way more in-depth question than what I'm feeling like we should get into. Or it feels like there's going to be more of that represented, or there's a video that was already posted about that, or something like that. That's not what I'm hearing. Is that's not the question for you. It's not the question that you should be asking. There's a different question that's more important to your growth. That's what I'm hearing right now. Oh, that's disheartening. My energy is pretty hard to read. You think that it's hard to read, Chantal. You think that it's hard to read. But for people who are like you, not so hard. Okay. Snow White, I guess that message was for you with the guitar. Is this person my twin flame or a karmic? I don't usually answer questions like that because it's all subjective. It depends on, I believe that there are many different types of twin flames. I don't know that I can answer that for you, but what I can do is give you the read on that. What I'm doing is reading from your field. So you take however that resonates for you. I can tell you what it says in the card, but sometimes me saying he's just a karmic or he's just a twin is meant to activate something in you that makes you feel very strongly about the fact that they are. Or it's meant to trigger you, or whatever it is. So take it for what it is or how it resonates for you. But I don't normally answer that, but I'm going to, apparently. Great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. So the energy of a karmic, it feels like, is meant to pull you back, to show you a lesson in order to move forward. But the energy of this feels like forward movement. It feels like future. It feels like moving forward. To me, it feels like the person that you're talking about is neither that your twin flame or your divine partner. They may not necessarily be the same thing. It may be that you're talking about your divine partner, but your twin flame is not your divine partner, and you're wanting to know, is this person my divine partner in life? It may be that your twin is not your divine partner, not the one that you're meant to go on this big adventure with. It feels like you haven't met that person yet. Okay? That's what I feel from this card. Take that however it resonates for you. Okay? I hope that helps. Literally stuck in a toxic environment around toxic karmic relatives, agitated at times and just sick of being here. I need a miracle for relocation assistance. There's something inside of you that is being reflected. I feel like there's some kind of boundary that needs to be set. being drained, the empath drain, opening yourself up. I feel like the energy of this rose that we're talking about, the sisterhood of the rose, is going to help you open up to the opportunities that are out there. Okay, that was for you, Flame Keeper. How do you step into your gifts and be certain what that is? Well, let's find out. The song "A Wonderful World" by is on right now. So I asked that question in my head. How do you step into your gifts and be certain what that is? They're showing me how I stepped into my gifts. And it is connected to your passion, to what you're most drawn to. And for me, in the beginning, that was music and mystical things and card readings. I was really interested in card readings after I met the person that I labeled as my twin, that I believed was my twin. Is he? I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's the one that launched me onto the twin flame information and into my spiritual journey and into my awakening. And I started exploring what else was out there, card readings, and Reiki. And I took my first Reiki class. And Reiki is what made my gifts, or tuned me into the awareness of my gifts and amplified them to the nth degree. Started reading cards after that. I started channeling. I started tuning into music like never before. Getting messages from every single tiny little thing. Downloading 1111 on my 11 people in here, 11 thumbs up. Tuning into numerology and connecting with all signs and synchronicities. And so Reiki is what tuned me into those gifts and brought my awareness to those, and then brought the information my way. You can magnetize the tools and the information that you need your way to help you discover those things. For you, Misty, I don't know if we've ever done a reading together before. I recognize your name. And I don't know if it's just from these lives and connecting on comments, or if I've done a reading for you, but they're telling me specifically clairvoyance is one of those gifts. Clairsentience also, there's this deep feeling inside of you, but also music. So there's this balance between clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience that makes you a really powerful healer. But it feels very similar to mine too, where you read cards, but the healing comes from your voice also. I don't know if you're a singer. I don't know if you're a singer, or it's something about your voice too. So I have many different options for exploring those things too. My card reading class, which is about card reading, but it's also about tuning into your psychic gifts and finding out which one is more dominant and how it speaks to you, and how you experience the different clairs, and how your intuition speaks to you. If that interests you, I have another one of those classes coming up in August that'll really help you tune into your gifts and how they're speaking to you, so you can discover them for yourself too. But that's like what I'm getting from it initially. Now, how do you step into your gifts is, first of all, recognizing them and bringing awareness to how they speak to you and how they interact with you in your life, and how they benefit you in your life and in your spiritual path and your growth. Because you experience things first, and then you kind of put the codes of that out through your light body to other people, whether you're an actual healer towards other people, or it's just your presence that's healing in that way. Some people I'm seeing like a bank teller. How do you step into your gifts? Being a bank teller does not necessarily show up as like, this is my gift to the world, as being a bank teller. But it is for certain people, because they're interacting with and taking their Reiki hands or their healing hands and transferring the code of healing and the code of divine feminine, or real sacred masculine, and physically putting the energy of that onto money, passing that to other people, putting that into numbers, doing the exchange of that light back and forth in that kind of arena. So what you wouldn't think was stepping into your gifts, just having the awareness of that is enough to step into the power of that kind of exchange, if that makes sense. Mel, so you're talking about your kidneys too. It feels a little bit like survival mode, a little bit too, like a little bit of adrenal fatigue. So working with your vagus nerve is going to help you to balance, give your kidneys a little bit of a rest too. It feels like adrenal fatigue from sustained survival mode, being triggered into survival mode. Learn some techniques for balancing your vagus nerve. All right, Misty, I'm a photographer too, and I only just, I haven't taken pictures in years, but I had someone the other day ask me to do a photo shoot for them, and ended up getting my camera back out again. So it was nice to access that gift in me again. And, you know, the energy of me and the light that I am now is going to be translated in my photos, so in a way that they never were before, because I've grown so much since I was taking pictures back then. So, you know, it'll be infused in the pictures, and every time they look at them, they will have healing just from looking at the pictures. It'll be activated in them because of my presence, because of who I am, because it was coming from my eye and my filter. Hi, Rupali. I hope I'm saying that right. Rupali. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. It does feel to me like there's going to be a lot of new subscribers coming on. It's been a little bit of time in shifting. It's like I'm shifting energy to open up and welcome in a new wave of collective and different people. Feels like a lot of people that are newer to the journey, whether it's the twin flame journey or just a spiritual journey or whatever it is, but I feel like we have a lot of new people coming onto the channel. So thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. I do have some OGs here too. So if you guys have any questions, you can always ask. I'm at 122 right now, so I'm going to close this down pretty soon. But yes, Rupali, you can go ahead and ask a question. Oh, you did. Is Mike thinking of contacting me soon? Rupali, right? Rupali, the first pronounce was correct. Photo again. So Misty, I'm sorry, I was reading the comments. That's what I feel is part of the gift, is from your perspective. Yes. So I remember that picture. I remember what you're talking about. So some people are photographers, and the way they step into their gift is using their clairvoyance to deliver a picture from a perspective that is healing in a way that people just don't even realize that it's healing. And they're applying it in that way, whether they get paid for it or they don't get paid for it. Thank you. Okay, so this is your card. Is he thinking of contacting you? Gates of Triumph. Looks like a yes to me. Success expands in your life. What you believe in your heart and what you feel is your truth. So your feelings are going to manifest your reality. Your thoughts manifest your reality. Success expands in your life. It feels like, yes, they are thinking of contacting you soon. Does that mean they will contact you soon? Not necessarily. But if they're thinking of it, that's just the validation that you need, that you are receiving the vibration of their thoughts. You are feeling the thoughts that they're putting out there that say, I want to connect with her energy. And so they are, whether they physically in a human way connect with your energy or not, I don't know that that's the most important thing, whether they do or they don't. The most important thing for you to know is that, yes, they are thinking of contacting you soon. So if you can allow that to validate you and just feel the beauty of that and feel the connection of that with no expectation of whether it becomes reality or not, it gives you, you're tuning into the energy of abundance and joy and happiness and unconditional love without outside of expectation. So yes, they are thinking of contacting you soon. Now, in the scope of spirituality, does soon mean linear time? Not always. It could be that you come back and you watch this video. And for those of you that are watching that want to know, I can feel my person out there. I can feel that they're getting closer to me. I can feel that that contact and communication is coming soon. I can feel that. It's like you want that same kind of validation. For some of you, it literally means soon. For some of you, it means that you have to separate yourself from linear time and expectation. And when you do that, it actually calls it in sooner. If that makes sense. I don't have any tarot out right now that I'm pulling from, but they're showing me so you asked for tarot and they're showing me the wheel card. So I pulled tarot from my brain and they said the wheel card, the wheel. So I'm hearing in time. All right, I'm going to pull one more card for everybody. Too many cards. Spirit's playing a funny joke by pulling 12 cards. Stepping into your power. This one came out in that other reading that I recorded earlier too, so you might want to go back and watch that in 11:11 again on my likes and people in here. Stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. Okay. This path is not easy. And to me, again, with the tarot, this looks like the Hermit card. But in the Hermit card, they are alone. There is this kind of isolation, usually self-imposed, really going within and finding answers. This is about stepping out of hermit mode and into the power of you as a leader, because there are people who are looking to you for answers too. I am the mirror of that for you guys. And so today I just step into that power, step into the power that you guys are helping me to access in order to help deliver messages and knowledge and light to you. But I'm mirroring that to you also. So there is something that you're meant to take to this and spread out to the world also. Whether that is drawing somebody to me, drawing somebody to my channel, recommending a video that's there, or you taking whatever information that you downloaded from this and as a bank teller, as a photographer, or as a massage therapist or whatever it is, taking that energetic information, that light information, and passing it into the world. It is about coming out of hermit mode a little bit and realizing that you're a beacon. So many of you are a beacon, and it's time to shine the light of that knowledge, that knowledge that you have from in here, that feminine knowledge that you have, but it's masculine too. It's like the line is a little bit blurred, that kind of united energy that comes from here, that there is no separation. Taking that and spreading the knowledge of that out into the world. It's so called for right now. And it's called for in person, not just online with your connections with people that you have around the world or in social media or whatever it is, but literally human to human connection, I've heard lately, is very important. There are people around you in your realm, in your physical reality, in your neighborhood that are, it's like they're looking for you. They're looking for you, and you're lighting the way. You are lighting the way. Okay, so really tune into that sisterhood of the rose energy too, in order to open up to your role as a leader, your role as a guide in whatever way you're meant to guide people. Okay. Yes, Wheel of Fortune was that for you. Thank you for subscribing, Flame Keeper. A lot of people find me with the hawk. Hawk spirit is so profound and so powerful, but really soft at the same time. She hunts you guys down for me. She hunts you down to bring you to me. So, but to each other too, to the collective that's there on my channel. So thank you for subscribing. And Hawk Spirit is calling to all of us. It's time to step up. Oh, thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. The owl is my totem, but next is the hawks and synchronicity. Yep. I have a lot of totems. It's not just the hawk, but as the messenger and as the, the higher perspective that the hawk represents, that really is the main part of my purpose, is to share that higher perspective with my intuitive gifts, and hawk spirit guides me. Wise leader, again, yep, you're a beacon for others. I'm your mirror. Okay, let me mirror to you. I do hunt you down, Jennifer, too, because if you hadn't come on here today, I would have texted you. When you're in my realm, when you're on my grid, my energy grid, I know it's for a reason. I'm about to hunt somebody else down right now too. She's been on my mind for the last couple of days, and I need to check in with her. That's a reminder. Thank you, Jacqueline. I love your hawk spirit too. All right, so I think that's it. Hopefully I can come on here again. There's a song that's on right now that I want to leave you guys with. Echo, what song is this? I See Fire by Jasmine Thomas. So it feels like see that torch lit up? I see fire. I'm seeing the holy fire too. So if you're guided to Reiki, I feel like now is the time. Reach out to me. I'll put all the information down in the box below, but I also have this worksheet that I'm getting an astrology reading done tomorrow that somebody bought for me for my birthday. And she sent me over this elemental self-survey. She has all these questions underneath the fire and answering and rating the way that we feel about these different questions that she has on here, and giving ourselves a score according to how much fire is active and present in our realm right now. It feels like you guys are tuning into your fire and connecting with the spark and the wisdom of the fire from within you. So stoke that a little bit. I hear stoke the flames, feed the flames a little bit, and stay in this kind of inspired, connective energy. Explore something creative, which is fire energy too. Explore a creative opportunity. That's what it feels like. You are meant to be the spark for other people too. So your presence is a spark of inspiration for other people. That's one of the biggest things right now, okay? That is one of the affirmations that I put on for myself, that I am tuning into in order to start reprogramming these negative thought patterns and stuff like that, is that I am inspired, I am inspiring, and I am an inspiration to others. I am an inspiration to myself, though. I have to tune into that first and allow myself to be that. Allow myself to recognize the power of that too, and the beauty of that. And so that's a mirror for you guys too. Okay? I hear you are my inspiration. I don't know if it's Stevie Wonder or what. All right, guys. I love you. Hopefully be back on soon. Talk to you later.